and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a book haul. I have a total of 17 books to haul today. I have some YA, I have some romance, obviously, and then I have some more like adult fiction, just like general fiction. So I think I'm going to start with the young adult books first. The first one I have is one that I have already read and showed in my August wrap up, and that is Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. This I liked. I did give it 3 stars, I think. This is just a YA contemporary about Claudia, who overhears a breakup of the most popular couple at her school, which gets her into hot water with one of the girls, and they end up having to work on a school play together. And then she also meets this very cute and funny boy. It's a book very heavy on friendship and getting to know someone and not judging them before you actually know them. Just a very standard YA contemporary, in my opinion. I've been searching for another YA rom-com like better than the movies, and sadly this one just didn't compare, but I'm glad I finally read something by Emma Mills because I feel like she's pretty popular with her YA contemporaries, and I'm glad I finally read this. And speaking of other YA rom-coms, I got Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. This I've heard really good things about. This came out a couple of years ago, and I remember wanting to get it when it came out, but I just never bought it. Like I said, I've been searching for something like better than the movies, and this I thought maybe could compare. Not in like story wise, I just mean like vibes, like how I feel about it is mainly what I'm chasing for, you know, not something that's like exactly like better than the movies, but like the feeling I felt while reading that book is what I want when I'm reading other YA contemporary. This I believe is about 2 rival families, I think, and the 2 characters get into like a Twitter war and it goes viral or something. Then I bought something that's a little different. I don't know why I wanted to buy this, but I did, and that is Autonomy by Dana Schwartz. This is a gothic tale full of mystery and romance. I believe the female character is interested in a medical career, but it's set in like 1817. I feel like I don't really want to know much about this because it seems very atmospheric. I've also heard it's very like creepy and stuff, so I don't know, but I kind of was curious about it, and maybe I will actually read this in October. And then the last young adult book that I got was The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the first book in the series. I know that the 3rd and final book just came out, and that's why I bought the first book finally. I actually read the Naturals series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I loved that series. I read it back in the day as it was coming out, and I absolutely love that series. I thought it was so interesting and so different. It's kind of like a young adult Criminal Minds. This I've heard really good things about. It's pretty popular. I believe the female character just gets this inheritance from this stranger that she doesn't really know, and the grandsons are very curious about this girl. So I don't know, sounds fun, sounds different. Hopefully I enjoy this one. Now on to all of the romance books that I bought. So the first one is The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. This is the 2nd book in the Ex-Hex series. This is a paranormal romance about witches. I've actually already started it. I am 68 pages in. This is just a very fun and cozy paranormal romance. I absolutely love this whole world and the characters that this author has created, so I'm very excited to finish this. Then I found the most exciting book. This purchase is very exciting to me. I found a hardcover of Marion Winterbourne by Lisa Kleypas. This is the 2nd book in the Ravenel series, and I absolutely loved this book. It is one of my new favorite historical romances. My paperback copy is my most annotated book ever. It's the first book that I've like truly, well, I haven't like written in it, but I have a lot of sticky tabs and I dog-eared a lot of the pages. It is the most I have ever put into a book, I guess, and I just loved it. And I found this hardcover and I just needed it. Historical romances never really have like 2 editions or like a special edition. So I feel like this is pretty rare to have a hardcover of it. It's nothing special either. It's just like a purple and silver. Yeah, silver kind of plain. Actually, that's not silver. That's like white. Yeah, that's white. Pretty plain, but I am just very happy that I have a hardcover edition of this. Another one I've actually already read is Wolf Gone Wild by Juliet Cross. This I read in September, so I will talk about this in my September wrap up. But this is another paranormal romance. It follows a wolf who is unable to shift into his wolf form. He believes he is cursed, so he seeks out this witch who is known to break curses and stuff, and they become friends, which eventually blooms into a beautiful friends to lovers romance. I love this cover. I think this whole series has beautiful covers. They're so unique and interesting, and I definitely prefer like this kind of type of like illustrated cover. I just think this is a little bit more original than like cartoon characters or like cartoon figures. I guess I also have another book that I've already read, and that is Barbarian Mind by Ruby Dixon. This is the 4th book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. I have been collecting these Berkeley published editions. I have already read the series and loved it. I actually don't even know if I've read the last book, but I love a majority of the series, and I've been collecting these new editions, which I also love. I love how they have like this colorful spine. I think that's really unique, and I love how they've been experimenting with like illustrated covers, but like making it obvious that it's like an alien romance. This is actually one of my favorites in the series, so I'm very happy that I have this edition as well. The rest of the romances I have not read. So the next one is Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter. This I haven't read yet. I wanted to read this in September, but I am hoping to actually read this in October. I didn't mention this in my October reading plans video because I don't like to repeat books. So if I said it in September, I don't want to bring it into October in my video, even though I am mentally planning to still read it in the following month. This I honestly don't know anything about, but on the back it says Meet Cute plus Grumpy Sunshine plus Friends to Lovers. It's very short too. I'm sure I could read it in one sitting. I also bought Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. This I believe was like her first adult romance. I have been wanting to collect all of her books and read all of her books, and this one I don't really know anything about. I'm not usually a fan of texting romances or like online dating type of romances, so we'll see how I feel about this one, but I do want to read everything by this author, so I'm sure I'll like some of it, hopefully. Then we have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana? I'm probably totally butchering that. I'm so sorry. This has kind of been making its rounds. I've seen it on Goodreads a lot, and I've seen a lot of people give it high ratings. I've heard that this is just a very cozy and cute paranormal witchy romance, which I'm always on the hunt for. I love a very cozy witch romance. A warm and uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. Oh, that sounds so cute. I'm very excited to read this. I also love the cover. It is very vibey and just cute. As you can tell, I've been very in my paranormal phase, so I also bought Go Hex Yourself by Jessica Clare. I believe I've read one of her other books, like one of her billionaire romances, a long time ago. I don't know what this is about, but I believe someone turns into a cat and there's witches, obviously. That's all I know about this, honestly. I kind of like to go into paranormal romances not knowing anything. I just kind of like to know what creature it's following. I also love this cover. I think it's very cute. I also love the cover of this next book, and that is Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. This I've also kind of seen a lot on Goodreads lately. I haven't heard the best things about it, but I did kind of buy it just for the cover, like I'm gonna be honest. The cover swayed me. This, I believe, just follows a female character who is obsessed with true crime, and she meets her neighbor who is like a really nice guy, but she thinks he might be a serial killer. It sounds fun and interesting and a perfect October read, so I might also try to read this in October. We'll see. I have way too many October reading plans, but I might read this month. The last 4 books are just kind of a mix of everything. They're a little random. So I have Acts of Desperation by Megan Nolan. I love this cover, first of all. It's very, very interesting. This is a very interesting book. It is a riveting, cathartic literary debut about love addiction and what it does to us. I believe the female character in this book seeks male validation, and she is like obsessed with love and being in love and romance and all of that. As somebody who reads romance and also loves all of that to an extent, obviously I'm not like addicted to it or anything like that, I thought this would be interesting to read. This seems like it's going to be really good. I also really love the hardcover, just a white and black book. So pretty. Then I bought Just Kids by Patti Smith. This I have seen everywhere on TikTok. I believe this is a biography. I don't fully know the extent of this. I've just heard that it's really, really good. And I do like reading about famous people and their lives, their journey in becoming famous and stuff. So I don't know, I thought I might enjoy this. I don't know when I'll read this, but I have it whenever I want to read something a little different. The next book I bought was My Body by Emily Ratajkowski. I feel like I never know how to pronounce her last name. I've been really enjoying some of her TikToks lately. I feel like she has a very interesting point of view on things, and I decided I wanted to pick up her book. This is the new paperback. I kind of waited for the paperback to come out because the hardcover was really expensive. I also do love this purple a lot more than like the beige color. I believe this is kind of like a biography / commentary on what it means to be a woman and a celebrity and all of that jazz. I have heard good things about this, so I'm sure it's going to be interesting. The last book I bought is probably the most random book I have ever bought because I don't read classics, but I bought Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I kept seeing multiple TikToks about this book. The TikToks I saw the most were like where people annotated the shit out of this. I'm super fascinated by books that are annotated, and it's becoming like my new thing where I try to annotate stuff. The fact that somebody would annotate this so much that you could like literally not see the actual pages, you just saw all of their sticky tabs, that is so fascinating to me, and it made me want to read this. I will say, like, I started already reading the first page and I was like, okay, this is actually like readable. I feel like I could do this at some point. I've heard that like there's a lot of family members and stuff, so it's a little confusing in that way. There's just like a lot of characters in general, but I don't know. I feel like I might read this at some point. We'll see if I ever actually read this. I mean, hopefully I will, but who knows? So those were all 17 books that I bought in the last 2 months. Let me know if you have read any of these books and what you think about them, or let me know what books you bought recently. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.